So how did you get involved with Eddington?
Um, I had met Ari on Hereditary,
Hmm,
and actually Ari's producer Lars Knudsen was one of my first producers I ever worked with back when I was like 23 years old. He
nice.
was doing like micro films, and I threw myself at him as an art director at that time when I didn't really know any better, but I tried, you know.
Yeah.
And so, it didn't really work for us on Hereditary. Wasn't the right time, but we were both mutual fans, and so we tried again.
Nice. How
Yeah.
much prep did you have? I mean, I there's a lot of locations in here. There's a lot of, getting I'm assuming some of them were people's houses and not just empty houses. I don't know yet, but how much prep?
Yeah, I mean, it was a funny time because, when I first came on, the production plan was to shoot in Mexico and they had already kind of identified the town that they wanted to take over and remake um, as Eddington. And so I came on a little late in that process, and I just went down with them and saw it. And then we were, in theory, going to start sort of quickly. And then strikes happened.
Mm.
Um, and so everything slowed down. And then the value of the peso kept going up compared to the dollar. And I wanted to shoot the thing in New Mexico the whole time. It's much, much better for me. And I
Yeah.
think for the movie to work that way if you can. And eventually the peso got high enough that when we were back in business, we were looking at New Mexico.
I got that.
But in that early process, before we went to Mexico, you know, I told them in order to know what the fuck I was doing, excuse my language,
Okay.
what I was doing, that I needed to, take a scout trip to New Mexico. So I took like a week long scout trip myself. I
Nice.
met Ari for like a day or two. We talked, we drove around to a couple places in New Mexico, but mainly it was me on the road for a week, driving all over the state and just kind of taking it in so I knew what I would be making. So I had this funny prep where I had a lot of non-consecutive prep.
Mm.
But over, a year before we were officially prepping it, I was scouting, thinking about it. We took a few scout trips over that year back to New Mexico. So that was a really great way to do it for me. Official prep was too short, I'm sure, but
Yeah.
12 weeks or something. I can't remember.
Was what drew you, because you mostly shot in Truth or Consequence, Arizona?
Yeah.
What drew you to that town, to that location?
Wait, the bathhouses drew me there. The hot springs drew me there, but I actually
Yeah.
was not, like it wasn't on my original itinerary. Although I had been there 25 years ago and I knew the town a little bit and I had a memory of it, but it was sort of the last stop I had gone because I was looking at all kinds of places in New Mexico, and it was the last stop before I returned to Albuquerque.
Oh wow.
And I was really just going to stay in the hotel. But when I got there, pulled in right at the right time of the day. It was, you know, uh, the evening was setting, and I sat up on top of the hill and I looked down at the town. And I was like, "This is Eddington."
Right.
Um, but we couldn't, we couldn't do it at that point. So it took a long time of let's look. Okay, we're going to do it in Mexico, then let's look for the best version that's close to Albuquerque and
I get
all those kind of practical considerations. We just had to really um, go deep onto that until we could realize that that was the place to be.
I mean, it when you're looking at it, it looks like a deserted town. I mean, it looks like they've up and left. A lot of people like up and left it, which I think
When
lends
you're looking at the movie, you're
when you're
saying,
looking
right?
at the movie. Yeah.
The town doesn't really feel that way. It actually has I mean, it's a bit of that, but we had to work against the town's kind
Oh,
of inherent cuteness. And there's people who take a lot of pride in that town, especially in the downtown area. And, we would always be laying trash in the streets and boarding things up, and people would be just volunteers would be cleaning it up from the town, because they really take a lot of pride in it. So that what you see in the movie is not Truth or Consequences.
Right.
It's a little cuter, and it's a funky place in a way, but it's sweet.
Is it
Yeah.
just this it's funny because it looks like in the film there's like one street. There's like one main street in this town. I
Yeah.
think it's so perfect too because the bigger picture of what these two men are fighting about or the what everyone starts to get into is like how big is this town? Like how did it come? Everything all of these problems and issues came to this teeny tiny town, which is so great in the location that you guys selected.
Yeah, I mean, it's bigger than that in the real time, but it had the really unique sort of a great layout where it had this old historic district, which did feel like a very, very small
Mm.
3 block long main strip with a couple, like it felt like a small town, but actually it had services for a bigger area. So it was more like an area of 5,000 people or something, but we were able to sort of like isolate one part of it to really feel like you know uh feel like a small town and we could put the real location, all the locations and script it in real proximity to each other, and it was a really cool way to work. And we could close, it had two arteries, like we could close large sections for days at a time,
Yeah,
which,
there's no traffic. You guys allowed like one car go by.
I
Like,
mean, it was a pandemic. Yeah, we
yeah,
couldn't really
yeah.
have there wasn't a lot of action at that time. Yeah.
It's funny because I feel like I talk to a lot of people and they're like, "Oh, we shut down for COVID and we were down and blah blah blah." And then there was like this little lull and then everyone's like, "And then we shut down for the strike." Like all of the films and everything come out kind of at the same time, like strike films and pandemic films. I'm like, "Oh my God, I can't wait to talk to somebody who had like a solid prep, like a solid
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
um
Maybe the next one. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. The main character's house, I want to get back to that. How was that in selecting that? Was that in Truth or Consequence or Albuquerque or where's the house?
That was closer to Santa Fe, actually. Again, a difficult location. I mean, there's a big argument for we were in that house a lot, and there's a big argument for just building it on stage and doing most of it on stage. But really, there's so much interplay in
Yeah.
interior and exterior that I felt like it really needed, the big budget version, we would have built it on stage
Yeah.
and shot it on location, done both. But I think that wasn't really in the cards for this movie. But again, I wanted something sort of iconic, isolated. The landscape all around it was so important to me,
Yeah.
just up on top of that hill, and the way that it connected with the final sequence of the film, where he was able to kind of roll down the hill, and we could cheat it to make it look like he ends up in the town. Um, all of that was really driving it for me. It was really the connection to the town and making sure that that could feel integrated with Truth or Consequences, and
Yeah.
also like this kind of trick of a place that feels extremely small, but also like is somewhat workable, which it was pretty much a pain in the ass for everybody.
I this image is really dark of her sitting in her bed, but in the film and the stills that I've chosen, the denseness of the house and this claustrophobic feeling that you've given
Yeah.
to these characters, like they're hoarders. They're kind of hoarders.
Well,
What was
yeah. I
your
mean,
line? I
don't.
mean, they're kind of
That's the
hoarders.
idea. I mean, it was also kind of just this overall feeling of no escape for Joe anywhere from anything.
Right.
Like, and also that feeling from COVID of feeling like you couldn't escape the people you were forced, that supposedly your loved ones that you're now like in hell with. That was what I was after overall. And then you had this sort of practical, when you look at it in a practical lens of like Dawn has moved in with them during COVID, and we talked about it. She's basically brought her whole. Dawn's the real hoarder, but she's brought
Dawn's got
all her.
problems.
Yeah, she brought all her life and all her shit and just
Yeah. Yeah.
forced it on them, and they're all living with it. And Joe's like just too nice of a guy to really be able to make
Yeah.
any change in that. And he's yeah, like it was very insanely claustrophobic. Yeah.
And both and you and Adam Willis and his team decorating this. I mean, it just I think one of the things I really like about it being so layered is that it's dated, but not like too old. Like there's a capture of like 90s here, which I think is really nice too.
That's what I felt like a lot of times. I mean, no disrespect to New Mexico, but a lot of times in these small towns, it feels like it's still mostly stuff from the 90s. Like, like it's, there's modern stuff. She's got a laptop, she got this and that, but things
Mhm.
don't change as quickly as they do in big cities, and people really hold on to things. You have some space, so there is a lot of this weird kind of hoarding of things because you don't have a lot of services nearby, but you have a lot of space to keep the things as you get them. You're getting things secondhand. Nobody's really getting things new, so I think I think Adam and I have worked together forever, and I love him, and I think he just did an incredible job at getting the nuance of the layers of history that made sense in their house.
I mean, I almost feel like if it was me, I would have did their house and then I would have put her stuff in. And I wonder if that was his process. Like to me, I would have had
It's a
to
little bit it's a little how we went about it. Yeah, yeah,
make it look so forced and everything that you guys have in there.
yeah.
Um, can we there she makes these weirdo dolls. I know this is more probably props and but
Oh no,
tech,
it's not
the tech
props.
also.
That's for sure. Yeah, not in this case.
Well, how was it? Was it a specific artist who made them, or did you have many? How did you go about? Because they're
We tried a few different ways early on. Ari's extremely particular about these things, so I tried to sort of cast an artist who would maybe almost play the role of Louise in a way and be able to work in a way that we could feel really comfortable with. And it even though there were some beautiful artists that we looked at, it didn't really. It was always too many steps in between Ari's vision for it and like the translation of illustrating it and making it. And I just realized pretty early on that Ari's got to be the one. Ari's got to make these fucking dolls.
oh
So,
wow.
so I would like pull him into my office for 5 minutes. I had a notebook for him, and he can draw really well.
Hmm.
And he would get into the zone, and he would knock off like 5 drawings of these dolls that he had in his head, and he would draw them. And then we would have another session. I just kept pulling him into my office to do these, or he would send me a few over the weekend or something. He would draw the dolls, then
Wow.
we would flesh them out. So then I would he would just draw them as simple pencil drawings. Then we would flesh them out in color in 3D and kind of fully realize them. So it was a kind of a process of like, they're his dolls.
Oh
He's the
wow.
puppet master. Yeah.
That's disturbing.
Oh yeah. It's dark in there. It's very dark.
Because you also, I mean, you have some artwork too, like quilted artwork pieces
All of that came
around the
from him.
house.
Yeah.
I love her area of like her extra pieces and felt pieces, and I don't know what's going on there, but the dolls are creepy.
Oh
So
yeah.
goes to him. I mean, they're everywhere in the house too. It's
That's
really
what is in that guy's brain all the time. I don't know. He's a sick human. No, he's
talented man.
yeah,
That way.
he's great.
And I also love the detail of all the magnets on the fridge, which is like it's
That I felt nervous about when I watched the movie. I don't know if I loved it or not. That's the one thing I'm not certain about.
I
Really
did.
calls attention to itself.
I appreciate magnets because it's always like one of the things like, okay, go on Etsy or go get a bunch of magnets that like divide to the, for this character. But overdoing it is like, oh, they had fun with this. Like magnets is like a thing. I don't know, at least
We
for,
definitely have fun with it. And I think it's
yeah.
also, because Adam and I have been working together for so long now, there's this sort of like push and pull between like like an indulgence and a restraint when it comes to decorating, and like I felt like we just indulged ourselves on the
Yep.
fridge,
Yeah.
and I'm still uncertain if that was,
I like it. I
work.
think it
But
worked. They're
thank
not
you.
even holding up paper. Like it's just like a big collection of magnets. Or maybe she brought, I don't know, did she bring them? She brought her magnets.
They
Those
were, yeah, her magnet collection, yeah.
the police station is this I couldn't tell. I don't think this is a build because of the
It was a build on location, so it
it's
was
a
like a
build on
hybrid,
location.
That's how nothing's on stage.
Yeah.
Everything was built in situ in the town. So we took an old barbecue shop restaurant and turned it into the police station.
Oh,
We
nice.
changed it a lot, but we got the sort of fundamentals of the brief of the location, like where it is, how it relates in the town. Because there's so many scenes that,
Yeah.
like it all had to fulfill the logic of the film and reality. And then also, I wanted that view of the tower, the water tower out the windows. I wanted to be able to see the gun shop. And so like we did a lot to enhance it, but it was a build on location.
Yeah. It's great. He even has a creepy doll on his desk, which
Yeah, yeah. I like
but
that one.
it's nice. It's really like older and I think it's a great job layering that in and making it feel so lived in and it
Yeah, and the details,
was
Adam and Molly, they just went wild on the details, like the plaques on the desks that say their
oh yeah.
names on them.
Yeah.
Those were made by like in reality, it's prisoners who make those for sheriffs. So they took all my photos because I had scouted all over New Mexico and gone to different offices, and they went and got like all the stuff, from
Yeah.
reality. So like they really had prisoners make those things. Everything was really like extremely detail oriented in that office. Super fun.
Yeah, it's fun. And I really like the choice of the green lighting in the holding cell.
Yeah.
Give it that like deep dark cell that they have there. So,
Yeah, that was kudos to that's Darius, I think, more than me, but it made a lot of sense. We just worked closely together too, but
did you find a lot of difficulty in taking over these um locations and like prepping them or like, oh, they have all this technology in here that we have to get rid of or like
I
anything?
mean, yeah, I mean, that place had a lot of asbestos, I think,
Ugh,
there's that
yeah.
kind of thing. So, yeah, it's the time crunch, the permissions, the permitting. We had to, in certain circumstances, we had to get things permitted in the
Yeah.
county and had to get things expedited and have the town help us. And yeah, there was a lot more difficulties than just building set on a stage.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. It's more difficult, but it's the only way to do that kind of thing for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The signage that you guys made up for the film. It's, there's a lot of research for that nowadays, but there's
Yeah. I mean, again,
that going on.
that trip that I took around New Mexico, a lot of the signage references came from like real towns went to,
Mm,
Um, I just think it's like I like to draw from like reality, and when I see a bit more than like internet research is a little limiting, I think.
yeah,
But then there's like the sort of Ari's got he wants everything to do a lot in the movie. It's a very dense movie in the layers of like, like the gun shop. I was so
I don't think I have the gun shop.
I
Yeah.
I can't see actually what you're looking at right now.
Yeah.
Where do I see it? Let's see. Oh,
Oh,
hold on. Maybe I
I'm
oh,
sharing the screen.
hold on. You're sharing your screen. Where speaker view, gallery view.
Maybe gallery view. I'm
I'm in gallery view right now.
um
Speaker view. I'm just looking at you. Multi-speaker view. Oh, here it is. Multi-speaker view. I got it.
oh,
Oh, that the car.
sorry.
Yeah.
I've been
No, no.
showing pictures and you haven't seen them. I'm sorry.
Sorry. No, no, I'm sorry. I didn't clock it. Yeah. But
Yeah,
yeah, that
I
so it was always this sort of like it goes against my sort of instincts to make things that look totally insane like that in a movie. I kind of like my first kind of imposes to like let the actors do the work of the story and
right,
let
right.
like just kind of present in the background. So it's a cool challenge to be like, no, let's make really noticeable, intense
Yeah. I mean,
graphics. It's
it
like
was
not my
crazy.
first. Yeah, I
I
love
do
it.
love too that they're like overlapping each other.
Oh
Dude,
my God,
like
yeah.
he just was like, I made this sign, I'm slapping it up. Like that reality to me is like, oh, he's really deep into this. Like he didn't even
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
reading it.
It was so funny that car and the
Yeah.
onset team was just it went through hell having to reset and redress that the tinsel on that car and the
I'm sure.
magnets on the car. Every time it was a real they hated me for that
Well, it looks great. I mean,
one.
it's a poignant thing in the film, and
Yeah, it definitely it is really
I'm
important.
sure shooting at a sequence wasn't fun.
Oh my God, no.
Because it progresses. There's
Yeah,
progression on that too. I hate that when they're like party, setting up the party, at the party, taking down the party. Like, just be at the party.
yeah,
Really
yeah, yeah,
setting up the party. Uh,
yeah.
and they're shooting it last. The bar, which is like a bookend almost to like his craziness in a sense
Hmm.
of like the
Hmm.
guy that you're introduced to, is that this was a location also, I'm assuming, but that
Yeah, again, we built this into an old abandoned building.
nice.
So I love that bar. I
Yeah.
think it's still up and hopefully they're going to open it or
Oh
something
wow. That's
sometime. They,
glad.
yeah,
Help.
there was some restriction until the movie came out, and hopefully, I know they wanted to open it, but yeah, we that I love that bar so much. It was such a great set. And we again, you know, like we have to redo the doors and the windows and the every surface inside we touched and redid inside and out, and then you know we built the whole bar and all that, and then there's a mural you don't really see it in the movie, but maybe you get a sense of it in the background and
Is
some
it
of
in the
it, but
back part over here?
the whole wall all around the whole bar was a mural of the story of the town of Eddington.
Oh
It
no.
was amazing. Yeah, I loved that.
Well,
Really cool.
I honestly, when in looking at stills of this, I mean, especially anything interior, it is a little dark. Because the first image, which you didn't get to see now that, look at all this.
Yeah, I missed a lot. Yeah.
Um, it's dark. I mean, she's at nighttime, it's dark in there. It was like, I mean, I had all the lights out watching it because all of a sudden I was like, well, I can't see anything. Um,
Yeah.
but it gives a spookiness to it, which is nice.
Yeah, and an intimacy, I guess, too.
And your light
Uh,
sources are really important. There's your creepy dolls.
yeah.
Um, and oh, let's see what else I was gonna talk about. We talked about the town and the awesome office, and oh, that restaurant was fun. When he goes and gives the lecture on the stage, that was funny.
Yeah. So sad.
It's so sad. I really like this movie. The ending threw me, but I really like this movie.
Yeah.
The ending got like, what movie am I didn't. Okay,
I
would have
personally
never
love the
known that it
ending,
was going
but
this
you
way.
know, I understand why it
I
could
would
become a
never
little.
have known it was going this way. So that's
Yeah.
what I would say. And I like that. I like not knowing. So I think it's great. Again, you're in the Pedro Pascal's house location here. And again, he's layered up, like you're saying, like it's COVID time and people are living in their houses more. But I love the openness of this. Was there a reason to give him the openness sort of floor plan or
Yeah, he's the rich guy in town. You know, he's got money and he's got a different sort of affluence to his life, so it should feel totally different. You know,
yeah,
he's got a curated sense of his place. He's got a nice house. He's probably got it on some kickbacks from the from the government. But like I didn't want to make him a cliche of a corrupt politician or anything. I wanted it to feel like a real home for someone, and for him to be thoughtful and in control of his own environment. He's in control,
yeah.
till he's not.
It's nice. The architecture of this home with the rounded windows and
I
everything
loved this house. I loved.
really like sell New Mexico. I feel.
Yeah, I mean, I think we really we didn't hold back on selling New Mexico. Everything in the movie is extremely New Mexican, I think.
Yeah.
Um, but especially that house. It was actually on a pueblo. And it was abandoned house that we kind of took over. But
Oh, it's great. It's a great location. And
yeah, I
the
loved that one.
dressing is fantastic with like the rugs and the leather and just everything like tone on tone. Nothing sort of pops, which is great.
Except the spray paint on the wall. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I
yeah.
like too. I didn't even notice that all of his like paper towels and
It's
everything.
COVID hoarding. Yeah,
I didn't even see that
it's COVID
until
hoarding.
now. That's great. I hate that because I wish they focus in on things. Do you know what I mean? Like you
No,
see
I
these
like it. I
clips and
like
you're
it
like,
that way. I
shit.
like it as we're not trying to say too much. Just if you catch it, you catch it.
I don't know
There's a
why
couple things like that.
they focus on that wall before. I didn't realize it. Yeah, it's great. Um, Now the last house, I don't want to give anything away if people haven't seen it, so maybe tune out for a minute. But the last house with that needs some disability type things. You're going into this location, and this is really upper crust.
Yeah, they have
So
made it. They
this
they got
is
that data center money.
this is a
They
mansion.
yeah. Dawn wins. Yeah, she won.
Oh yeah, yeah, which is so weird.
It's
It's such
very
a weird
weird.
ending. Ending. But again, in finding this location and the decor and everything, you just really wanted to give her the win.
Yeah, she needed to have the win. She needed to have the nicest place in all of Sevilla County, like she that's the point. And they moved in some of their old stuff, but yeah, she
It's
Dawn
great.
won.
Yeah, it's great. Even in the layering of just this like the bathrooms and the bedroom scene and like everything is just it's so lived in.
And
I
again, a lot of that is from, when we scout around and stuff. I'm always taking pictures
yeah,
of, even if it's not the houses that we're shooting in, this is how people live. Like, nice house. In
yeah, you
America,
still
you have too much medication and he's sick, but, it's like you're going to see all those details in the bathroom, even if the house is very smart and sparse and, more curated. You see it
yeah,
in
I can't tell
bedside
you
tables here and
yeah.
there.
I
Yeah.
can't tell you how many times producers or directors have come in and thin that out. Like it's too much, it's too much. It's like
Yeah, no producers are telling me.
now it looks like a
Yeah.
set. Like, like, it's not that
You
everybody's
just got
a
to tell
hoarder,
them,
just
you do
everybody
your
has shit.
job and I do my job.
Yeah, no, I've said that sentence has come out of my mouth many times.
I mean, I like to play with it. Like, I definitely appreciate a minimal approach to set dressing, and I think Adam and I have done that in the past. I appreciate that sometimes, and then it's so fun that you get to like shift gears in different
Yeah,
projects. Try
no,
different things on.
giving it the sense of reality because as I've said, like, you look at the office set and to me now in 2025, it's hard to do a lot of layering with paperwork and shit because there's not a lot of paper in reality
Yeah.
anymore. So when you get to do something like this, where like then they're still hanging on to their paper and they're still, analog a little bit, but they got technology. It's
That's
so
definitely
nice.
how sheriff's offices are still in New Mexico. I mean,
Yeah.
still a lot of paperwork. It's like paperwork takes up a lot of it, you know,
Yeah.
their lives.
I shot in New Mexico 2005 or something, and we shot in Las Vegas, New Mexico. Did you scout that?
I did, yep, yep.
That's a
I
fun
like that
one.
town. It's cool,
Yeah,
yeah.
it
Yeah.
was cool. It was, I mean, New Mexico on a whole, it's just a whole nother vibe. There's just
Yeah.
a whole nother,
I really loved it. I really
yeah,
super loved it.
Albuquerque and yeah, so it's fun. Um, I was gonna say I really enjoyed the film. I loved everything that you guys did and giving every character such depth in their sets and everything.
Thank
Um,
you.
did you, what was your hardest thing about being on location like this, though? I mean, it's hard, like set wise and decorating, like it's hard to keep moving. Did you shoot out sets? Did you shoot them out? Or did you come back to things?
I mean, we came back a lot. We did the town in mainly in two. We kind of shot a few weeks in Truth or Consequences, left, and then came and shot the really complicated stuff couple months later. So we did hold a lot. Yeah, we didn't shoot out like I think the main locations we did. Yeah, maybe we wrapped the sheriff's office on the first part, but no, there was a lot of um,
That's hard.
logistical challenges. I just had so much fun though. It didn't feel like a pain. It felt so fun. I
Yeah.
don't know. So,
It's really well written too, and like just nailing such pieces of like ridiculousness and like no, that's really thought out. Like
yeah,
it's good. It's a really good.
unique.
Yeah. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for
Yeah.
chatting with me. I really appreciate it.